what's up everyone, it's me, SpeedSuperSonic, bringing us another video. In this video today, we are back again for a brand new discussion. We are in a post-Sonic Colors Ultimate world. The game released yesterday, officially it's out on all consoles. Here they are, isn't it beautiful? Not this one though. Unfortunately, there's been a lot of backlash to Sonic Colors Ultimate, more than a lot of recent Sonic games have been getting. I honestly would say more than Forces upon its initial release, which is kind of crazy to say. I'm definitely sure people dislike Forces more currently at this state, but like upon release, I did not see this much hate for Forces. It's just led to a lot of discussion about remasters and ports and Sega and what they're going to do, the future. And that also leads to the discussion of things that we were asking when this thing was like not even officially announced, when it leaked. And that is, are we going to get more remasters and more Sonic Blank Ultimates, like Sonic Unleashed Ultimate, Sonic Generations Ultimate, Lost Worlds Ultimate, Forces Ultimate? Are we going to see stuff like that in the future? Well, I'm here today to tell you some not insider information, because I don't know anything, but also talk about other remasters that we could see in the future, and if it is a smart move for Sega to go down doing more remasters and ultimates, or if they will back away from this and take a different approach to things. And the two main things we're here to talk about today are the other main boost titles, which are Sonic Unleashed and Sonic Generations. And I kind of want to get the main one out of the way first, and that is Sonic Generations Ultimate. Now, I can't speak too much on this, and I wouldn't honestly be able to speak too much on it because I don't know a lot about it, but all I can say is that there are rumblings going around from some people that I have spoke to that there could potentially be a Sonic Generations Ultimate in development, or something with Sonic Generations in terms of a re-release. Maybe not on such an amazing, giant, huge scale that Sonic Colors Ultimate was, because that game needed such a big graphical overhaul because it was on such a standard definition console. Generations is very HD, it holds up today, it looks very pretty, but definitely, there could be some touch-ups made to it. It could look better. The level that you will see with Generations, we'll have to wait and see, but not much is known personally for me or other people who know about it. But all I can say is look forward to a Generations Ultimate in the future, but it's not 100% confirmed, so definitely take it with some grain of salt. We'll talk a little more about this Generations Ultimate a little bit later in the video, but I also think we should talk about the thing that isn't as likely and that probably is more wanted, and that is a Sonic Unleashed Ultimate, which also, the same thing with Generations, is a beautiful game, a gorgeous game that is HD, that doesn't need as much of a graphical overhaul. Unleashed, I'd argue, is better looking than Generations and is in the least need of a graphical overhaul than any Sonic game, like even Forces. It's absolutely gorgeous, but it definitely needs another shot. Here's some of the reasons. Big thing that went on with Colors Ultimate was the discussion of critics in the reviews of it. What would happen to Colors if it didn't get good reviews? Well, we know now. It did get really good reviews. Not from fans, but critics really loved it. It could have hurt Colors' reputation in terms of its critical reception, because once again, fans are not rocking with it too much right now. But the thing with Unleashed is that upon its release, this is like the complete switch up of Colors, was really disliked by maybe not as much fans as critics. Critics really did not like it, and I'm sure a lot of fans didn't like Unleashed, and I'm sure fans still don't like Unleashed. But the perception has vastly changed, at least in the fan base. There's no need for critics to really talk about it. But man, people love that game now, and it's so much better received than it was back in 2008. Because Sonic Unleashed having Sonic 06 Hangover probably put a really bad taste in like mouths for a lot of game critics and people in general. So I think coming off of that and critics being in a different place with Sonic right now, if they would be a little more open-minded to it, or maybe if they would enjoy it, maybe Sonic Unleashed was quote-unquote ahead of its time. I'm sure they would want to fix some things. Maybe this would be amazing. My biggest issue is the medal system. How it's asking way too much out of you when it comes to getting sun medals in particular. It's asking way too much, and you have to literally look through every nook and cranny of like 30 to 40 minute werehog levels to find certain medals, and it's just way too much. It's fun to explore, but not everybody wants to do that, and it can really halt your progression. I think that would be a simple thing to change up a little bit and to improve and to shorten the amount that you need. I'm sure they would find a way to make it look even better. Hopefully, add some new features, add some cool little things for fans, remixes, etc. Does it need that? I wouldn't say it needs it. I'd say if Sega needs to do anything with Unleashed, you can just port them, and that's the thing with a lot of these games. Sega could have just ported them, including Colors, but they chose not to, and they chose to remaster them and take that extra mile, which can be appreciated but also isn't necessary all the time. They could have had a boost collection of Unleashed, Colors, and Generations and shipped it off, and they would have sold so many freaking copies. But with the supposed Sonic Generations Ultimate coming sometime in the future, it seems like remasters and really adding more content to this stuff is something Sega really wants to do, and they don't want to just port the game, which they have done in the past. Even with their actual ports that they're doing with Sonic Origins, they are adding new content to it. It has been stated they are going to be made widescreen. It is technically a remaster, if you could call it that. Sega just likes to do the most, which isn't always good, but honestly sometimes it is. Unleashed and Generations don't need to be ultimated. That's not a word. But if Sega is going to touch them, they will be. They're not just going to get ported. It's not just going to be Sonic Unleashed pops up on the eShop one day. It's going to be a Sonic Unleashed Ultimate. It's going to be a Sonic Generations Ultimate. I've heard nothing about Sonic Unleashed Ultimate. I do not think that is in the works right now, unfortunately. But a Sonic Generations Ultimate, very much so. There's a high potential that it is. I give a 95% chance of Generations Ultimate happening. I'm just going to say it. It will happen. It is going to happen. When? I don't know. What's it gonna be like? I don't know, but it is happening. Unleashed? I don't think so. I do not think it's in the works, but there is, of course, always a potential of it happening. I'd rather see some other titles be touched right now. I think a proper love and dedication to adventure in particular needs to be done, because I feel like a lot of those fans feel excluded from the franchise right now. I'm sure Sega will be porting and remastering a bunch of previous Sonic titles from his catalog. We'll have to wait and see what those are. The most surefire one, like I've been saying, is Generations, and we do have other ports like Origins, which have all the classic titles on them, which is pretty cool. But we also should be looking forward to original titles as well, like Sonic Rangers. There's a lot of Sonic games coming and in the works behind the scenes, and that we know about and that we'll be hearing about very soon. Remember, Origins will be coming out before the Sonic movie 2, which is due out in April, so we'll be hearing news about that anytime now. Anyways, guys, that's what I think of more Ultimates coming, of an Unleashed and Generations in particular. Very much so see Generations, not very much so Unleashed, but it's always a possibility. Let me know what you guys think of this in the comment section down below. I'd love to know what you guys have to say. Do you want these Ultimates to happen, or do you think that because of all the bugs and negative reception from Colors from the fan base that you don't think it's a smart idea right now and they should probably go in a different direction? Let me know. I'd love to know what you guys have to say. Feel free to follow me on social media. Links to my Twitter and Instagram in the description below. You can follow those for behind the scenes look at my life, future content, and all things Sonic the Hedgehog. But most importantly, if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. This is the best place for Sonic the Hedgehog content on YouTube. We talk about all things Sonic the Hedgehog here, from video games, TV shows, movies, comic books, and merchandise, and all the Sonic the Hedgehog content coming up in the next 2 years, especially in 2022. You're not going to want to miss a thing. We're going to be covering every little bit of it, so for all things Sonic, this is the #1 destination for it. I love all of you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Woo!